Here in the Empire of India, where our land stretches from modern-day Bangladesh all the way to modern-day Spain and part of it because of Kingdom of Italy within India, which originally I had plans to, I don't know, give them independence one day, but not yet because we need all the available manpower we can get. And the reason? Very, very soon, we will go to war against China, Yuan Empire in particular, where this is just going to be my final endgame for this playthrough. I mean, I plan on ending this series in the last few episodes, but it will not end in 1453. I'm not going to go all the way because I'm going to be honest with you people, I'm a little exhausted doing this series, hence the reason why I took a bit of an absence, committed to recording other things, including ideas of a next Crusader Kings series, which will be coming this May, but I will give out more details at the final episode. So it's in the works for the next series. I mean, obviously, if I ever want to do another Indian playthrough, I don't think I can match what I've accomplished here. But yet, there's a few more things to accomplish. But this is a few-step process. One is to, invade China in order to put a Chola man on the throne. And the second step is to destroy the second biggest entity next to India, and that's France here, which their armies are very powerful. Not as powerful as ours, but we can, so that's our plan. Invade China, defeat their massive armies, which would be the largest war to date once again, as with every war between India and China, and then request an invasion on Francia. But if Francia is too strong, at least for the Chinese side of things, that I would like to antagonize the French Emperor, and then make him become my rival, and declare a rivalry war against him, beat him, weaken his forces, and then request the Chinese invasion to destroy Francia once and for all, and ending the series with India as the undisputed superpower of the world. That is my endgame. That's how we're going to end that series, on a high destructive note, but this isn't the final episode. Not yet. But first, initiate, phase 1 of our endgame. But first, we gotta get everybody here, including this retinue, which Zadar doesn't provide enough ships. So we'll pick these up, because we're gonna take them back to Cholamandalam. Oh, and also I am fresh off from the previous episode where it's Champion's Blood, where we went on a legendary journey in the Followers of Otso Warrior Lodge, which is again originally Suminisco, but I'm Hindu. And I'm not the only one who's created that bloodline. This man from Lapland, Nined Suminisco, the only free Suminisco state left in the world. He's created his own bloodline, as you can see here, which I already explained to you what that was on the previous episode. Once again, if you want to find out how did I pull this off, especially this is coming from a Tamil Indian who is a Hindu, well, there's a few episodes preceding that of how this all went. If you people are into Warrior Lodge stuff, a little bit of paganism, then this hybrid could be for you. Even though the Indian way of doing things, of being a Warrior Lodge, which of course, you're going to have to pay up a lot of money if you want to be Kshatriya again. But unfortunately, I have no children, because that one died 4 years ago, and he was a member of the Warrior Lodge, which they told me to recruit him. And boy, I wish I wasn't celibate, so I could have a few more children and induct them in the Warrior Lodge, but I don't think I'm long for this world. despite being brawny, and a few other things, including being the world's best duelist. Look at that combat skill. You just can't beat that. Although you could, but that's because originally had an intrigue education, not a martial education, so it took a while to get up there on the ranks of being a hero, to become a legend. Anyways, go pick these guys up, take them back to India. India proper. Get them home. Because, you know, we're preparing for the invasion of the Yuan Empire. So we're not going to give Italy independence just yet. Oh, you're just having a revolt war. Sometimes I wish you would invade Rome. Of course, to do that, that would be a holy war. And all of the Catholic world would be up and at 'em at me. But the question is, how many independent Catholic realms are there? There's only those from up north. If you were to do that. So no, there are not that many independent Catholic states anymore. Most of them gone to Orthodoxy, which has zero moral authority. Because of all the heresies and such. Ex-wife of my son. Oh yeah. Just thinking, at this age, and I have way a lot of piety, there's something I always do for you people. You know, you're convicted apostates. Just become a sannyasini. And now she lives over there, inside of this temple, this Hindu temple in the Ukraine. Well, while we're at it, boy, these guys have been raiding a lot. Actually, it should be you lot. It's not like, but yeah, there's a secret Sunni society which I have to keep killing guys. Which, by the way, adds up to this ever-growing body count that I'm making records in my dynasty. Hard to believe. Well, actually, my goodness. There's got to be a huge membership here. Yes, let me lead this while you... Again, we're just going to deal with a few raiders, then we'll go. And we have so much money that I don't even know what to spend on anymore. We don't have any organizers in this army, do we? Yeah, we do. Actually, I recall he was one of the former raiders. He raided our territories, then we recruited him. Yeah, preparing for war, and we fight raiders. Me and only me, because I'm the best duelist in the world. Actually, they're going to be coming to my assistance, so therefore, taking my glory. That's that. Yeah, that threat level won't be going down too much anytime soon. I just hope that the Western Protectorate is not part of the defensive pact, because I don't want to declare war when there's any interference. And no one managed to throw farther than I. And this Emperor has died, and this new and the last emperor of the Yuan Empire. He takes special interest in Germanic cultures but frowns on Muslims. Junzong. Yeah. This is... And look, you just turned 16. Yeah, your birthday was last year. So now you are the youngest and last emperor of China of his dynasty. All aboard. Actually, 3 sun-off commanders, because I don't want anyone getting scurvy in preparation. Oh wait, that's Titular Kingdom. Never mind. No business now. And there's my grandson and heir. Fortunately, these wouldn't go together. Tell you what, since you are a Jain, go for diplomacy. You know, that's for the stability of the empire, this ever expanding empire. Which, honestly, to me, we shouldn't expand anymore. That's a 2-hour Tamil. At least we found a Tamil man who is a skilled diplomat. Mukhtarid invasion of Philistia. That's Jerusalem in Greek. Just you and them. And they have very little defenders. Against them and the Knights Templar. Let's see. 16,000 of yours versus 7,000. Look, I will respectfully decline because I have plans. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's yet another war against China for the 3rd time. But this time, there will be no interference. And it's going to be bloody. It's a war without quarter, a war without mercy, a war to the death. One thing is for certain. Based on the last time when we fought against them, which led to, a stalemate. Stalemate, and ended conclusively because we had to get rid of the the claimant to that throne, of the dragon throne. What now? What are the choices we have here? Because there's only 4, and the youngest is 26, and he's my rival. Which, if I put him in China, and since he's without traits, as family relations concerned, you can't antagonize. Does that mean if I were to put him in the throne, this would end the rivalry, and therefore I made him very happy by sending off to a country that is, well, I wouldn't say as big as India, but we're bigger than China too, in a sense. If you were to look at the borders of the Yuan Empire in its zenith. So not only we're going to be facing the brunt of the Yuan Empire, we will also face its tributaries from 2 Khaganates and a petty kingdom. Which that one provides 4,000. Khaganate of Georgia, 2,000. But they won't bring vassal troops because vassals will not get involved because that's not his war, that's China's. And this other Khaganate? No, that won't hurt us too much. It'll be fine. So, let's do it. This is it, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. For the third, and better damn well be the final time. Certainly I'm not putting him because he's infirm. I mean, at least you're all healthy, while you are the youngest. And remember, in an unlikely event that should I ever lose this war, then everything that we worked for centuries in India will be broken up. But, final question. No defensive pact. So that means there will be no interference. Because when we declared war last time, they were a part of that defensive pact. But since they're not in a pact of any kind, so therefore, it's just going to be one-on-one. No foreign interference from the west or anywhere else other than its tributaries. Let's do it. Alright. Virgin Kodiadar, Emperor Jingsong of the Yuan Empire, has sat on his throne and looked down upon us for too long. The Virgin dynasty is not fit to rule, so we must tame the dragon. I've ordered large portions of our forces east to attack the mainland of the Yuan in retaliation, the Emperor has commanded Protector General Kodiadar to launch a counterattack into the lands of India. Thousands upon thousands of troops loyal to the Son of Head march towards us. The time of the Virgin dynasty is coming to an end. The Middle Kingdom shall belong to House Chola. My council informs me that the treasure fleet of the Middle Kingdom has been spotted outside of the Bengal Bay, carrying a significant land force to support the outlying regions in the west. Leaning over the war table, I can only hope that my silence instills confidence in my advisors. In my own chest, I feel a mild panic rising. May Brahma help us. So they've obviously arrived there. Again, India has 184,000 levies from all across the empire. While China will be bringing slightly less than that, but do not underestimate them. Because we got to fight in battles that would be most critical to us. But when we recall the last time, they have a tendency to besiege the areas of the Bengal or go to a different front line, because the last time we fought, it was mainly fought over in the areas of the Punjab and Kashmir. That was the main front line. But who knows where the main front line will be at this time. So yes, we have slightly more troops from other parts of the empire, particularly out west, but you could say if India and India alone were to face China, I think it wouldn't be a match. It would crush us. So remember, in an unlikely event that should I die, that this giant grandson of mine will be the one to rule what's left of India. So, in other words, we cannot fail. Failure is unthinkable. Let's get everybody together. They'll be on a march fast, so go pick up all the troops from all these different areas, including ones that have to get there by ship. We have to bring all the troops to South India, figure out where they'll be going and where we can deploy them. So this will take a while to get everybody over. And do not forget the local levies. This is going to be the last time we would bring out all... No, not exactly. This could be second to last time we will ever bring all of India's armies this way. There's enough supply limit for all of us here. Well, nearly all of us. You know what we mean. Oh yeah, that's part of Lanka. Yeah, set sail for Madurai. More ships needed. And get these ships out of there. Oh yeah, you lot. You're going too. Whatever you do, figure out on your way down. Including those that are under revolt, your troops will be provided as well. Since you are landlocked, you're gonna have to march your way down. Oh great, these guys. Now that, you would have to avoid Chinese forces by going over there, then come on down here. Same for Baha. Head to there, head to Dagadur. A big coalition of them as well. Madura. And now the big boys out west. Oh shoot. The Seljuk doesn't have a holding on them anymore. The family's split. You have a claimant on all of these. How'd you split the realm between yourselves? You were good when you were all together. Oh well. Oh yeah, the big Iraqi troops. To Madurai. Madurai. Again, second best, well supplied place. Unfortunately, you guys are gonna have to march. You could be the difference maker. To Kongu. So not everybody is going to be there during the first few battles. But we're trying to bring out what we can. And that includes the Syrian troops, which will have to get down to Basra and wait for more ships to arrive. And a little detachment from Mecca. And Egypt as well. And let's not forget the Anatolians and the Greeks. This one's the closest. And of course, these guys. And let's not forget big Sogdian Italy. That's why we have not given you independence yet. This could be the last war before I will let you go. Let you go on your own destiny. And should you ever get involved in holy wars, Serbia will back you up. And if Serbia gets in trouble, then Italy will back them up. Is there anyone else that has not been raised? Except for this small number. Where from? Ecumenical Patriarch? Oh yeah, we vassalize you guys and there's Tamil Orthodoxy. I forgot about you guys. That means you reside here in Constantinople and I have to get a few of your guys. And that would mean barely enough ships for you lot. This small, what do you call, based on numbers of 40 in modern military terms, a platoon? I don't know. Talking about troop numbers, of course. Anyone else? Grand City of Ravenna. Oh yeah, they're in the middle of a revoking war. Actually there's room. There's room for y'all. Yep, that's everybody. And if need be, we can hire... Well, here's something you can use with that money. Hire the followers of Arjuna. It's not a holy war, but we're up against 10 Greek pagans. So again, they will arrive in Cholamandalam once we hire them. At least make some use of that money. Sure beats mercenaries, but a holy order? Great! Question is, how is the Grandmaster? Well, they call him the Old. And his successor, well, a leper infirm. Remember, their headquarters is up in Tula. That's in Tula, Russia, mind you. And I don't think it's too far from, I was about to say, where's Moscow? Moskva. Yeah, there it is. Moscow. Moscow. Yeah. He's Hindustani. Alright, that's everybody. Little nervous because it's been a while since we've done this, but I'm sure we'll pull through. Remember, even if they occupy lots of territory, they cannot win by occupation. They can only have up to the limit of 50% war score of occupation, and then you would have to add another 50 in winning in battles. So we cannot afford a major loss in one battle to win the war. So off we go. Off to the races. They're not besieging, they're on the move. The question is, where? Well, the Kalingas, which they're in the middle of the war for the claim of Bengal, which he's about to win it, but will he stop the war in time to, well, get out of harm's way? I mean, he's not there, but one of his commanders is. And speaking of commanders, since I'm a member of the Warrior Lodge, most of our commanders are pagans. We got some holy warriors, which will help us in the long run, including this one old Chancellor, which I may have to replace another one if I want him in the front line. We got a man who is a fellow member of the followers of Arjuna. This Telugu man could help us, especially when in fighting in defense and combat in forests. But there's hardly any forests in India. It's mostly jungle than forest. Especially on the eastern parts of India. Better yet, that threat level. Is there anybody with a much better diplomacy skill we can bring? Don't care if you're sympathetic to Islam or not. We just need a proper replacement. Leicester, Kshatriya, and Brahm. Oh, you pulled double duty. Huh. Double caster, eh? Look at that. Some of them are going the other way. As I said, get everybody down to South India. And then figure out where they'll go and where we decide of where the front line's going to be. We don't know if it'll be in Punjab Kashmiri front again, or will it be the Bengali front. But remember, they're coming in great numbers. So come on, we're evacuating this place. It's not safe here. They're going up to the Himalayas region. I was trying to say Himalaya, you know. It's a correct pronunciation for over there. Alright, enough. Let's get out of here. Put them here. And many more ships will be on the way. While these guys are on the march and they have arrived. And don't forget the Zadar and Ravana boys. Because they're needed. Since we were focused on troop movements in India. Well, you're the ones that are going to be the late. Take it to your job. And don't worry about the Arabs. They got this handled. No one's going to stop them from taking back Jerusalem. And should there ever be another crusade in the future, maybe it should be in Jerusalem and not anywhere near here. And remember, wherever the front line should be, we'll deploy them fast by ship where we can meet up there. Unless they're going up to Tibet, maybe that makes sense. As we see some of them already. By the way, did he hire mercenaries? Oh no, these are some. I guess those are the local levies from there. And yes, that's their local levies from there. They went over there. They can take those areas. They can occupy as much as they like, but we will be winning in battles. So occupation will not matter unless we liberate quite a few territories. Now head to the Persian Gulf and pick up the rest. Hope you're doing well, despite your issues with me. Nah, I need to sleep on it. I need to be healthy too. Don't want pneumonia. Actually, fleets needs to be on standby. Because, you know, moving a large body of troops to either in western or eastern India, where the front lines to be decided, is a lot faster than just marching like those poor boys up north. Eek. Epidemic just broke out, but it won't come to Chola Mandalum. But I don't want to be around when there's a disease around. You took Mecca? Huh. Well, to be fair, he's a Muslim. Not a Buddhist, as we had... No, Muslim all along, because we were supposed to... Okay, but... I mean, he's a direct vassal to me, you don't... serve him as lead, so it's okay. We just, again, all we care about at this point is get every available able-bodied men and women here. It proposes that we send more troops to bigger mercenary band. Yeah, sure, why not? Plus, we have the money. I mean, even if we created this mercenary band because these guys are Sumenesco, and with them being Sumenesco, it would just increase, hopefully, in theory, a membership of more members for the followers of vote. So, even if half of them are Tamil, like this man here, for example, which he probably lost the initiation duel, which he got in, how he got that black eye. Well, who knows? If we take severe losses, maybe we should hire these guys. Yeah, hire the mercenary band that we created, which its original purpose was to have more members of that warrior lodge. So they're all going up there. So I guess Tibet is going to be the main front. Which is not good because of the supply limit, especially when it's winter. But remember, they can occupy all the territories they like, but it will not help them win the war. Oh yes, do not forget. Supply limit problems. Come on in. We gotta wait for those guys too. Hell, let them occupy the entire Tibet. Eventually they'll have to come down from the Himalayas and fight them on our own terms while we get everybody together. Just buying time here. I had a big soldier of troops from Dalen. So here it is. War score is limited from occupation. From occupation is limited to 50% for defenders. With this casus belli, so they cannot win, despite the fact that their protector general is gloating. It says, you want to surrender now? You will have to pay this half of the treasury to him. And then the Empire of India would be destroyed in the process. But we say no. No, no, no. The war's just begun. You're just bragging, thinking that the Yuan Empire is superior to India. And let that be a reminder what we do with our enemies. And speaking of that, as a member of the Warrior Lodge, besides summoning crew, we need to perform a ritual sacrifice when the time of battle comes. We should have done this before, but good thing I did not, because like once we get close to the front line, then we perform a pre-battle ritual of sorts. Come on, get off of there. Get in there. Damn guys on the coast taking up supplies. You're gonna have to get in there too. In this way. Alright. Although I would much prefer Warrior Lodge commanders this way. Again, they can occupy all they like, but eventually they got to come down, as I said, my terms. Come on down to India and Although Tibet is not our backyard. That's all work done by the Kalinga Ganga dynasty. Just come on down to the plains and the jungles of India, and that's where we shall fight. Tibet is yours. For now. Alright, they're coming in. A duel for honor, but I'm in the middle of war here, but I'll keep that well in mind. As long as you're healthy. And it's too bad I cannot duel you now because we're in the middle of the war here. Alright, everyone's here. Put them there. Alright. Start organizing, but soon we'll split them in half. It's just to get our numbers straight. Because, you know, like how many fronts should we fight in? Because soon it'll be a North Indian front by the time of arrival, and the planning of things and bringing of commanders. And when the time of battle approaches, then we will perform a sacrifice. But a sacrifice to which gods? Hindu or Simonisco? That would be an interesting question. It's a good thing that I did not put you as the man who is going to be sitting on the dragon throne, but despite the fact that he's my rival, but just do not worry. We'll be fine together. Plus, we follow the same branch of the Buddhist faith, so you live a much healthier lifestyle than I. You lived a much healthier lifestyle than my brother. Yeah, they keep assaulting holdings, which loses a little bit of the troops numbers, just for assaulting constantly. Alright, they just arrived. Get the fleet together. I hate that man. We can bring up most of our army to wherever we wish to. Also, the main size too big because I recall building something that was for, you know, one of the areas. Yeah, barony. Actually, look for the Russian sounding name. God, it was in Kiev. I'll give that to you. Actually, no. Create a vassal. It's his land, you know. And there. Here's Kiev for you. It is the Dama of Kiev in the county of Kiev. Led by this Gujarati Pujari who owns the county. And need a new court position and got all this money and all that stuff. You know what? Simply for the sake of it, get me a girl at this time of war. We're not going to get a guru general. What do you think you're doing? Right. Again, most likely front to take place will be the Northern Indian front. Possibly Bengali region. Oh, look this up in reference. Yeah, and culture-wise. Largely Assamese, Bengali areas in Bihar. Or even Punjab Kashmir front. I mean, eventually they're going to come on down here once they occupy all of Tibet for themselves, including their little assistance from their tributaries. And again, we hired some from the followers of Arjuna. Okay. Move on over here. Split it in half. An H. By the way, is it enough for room in Madurai? No. Barely enough room here. Yeah, we're trying to figure out. Oh, and that's also another castle holding. Giving it to you. The Dhamma of Fadzik. Because we're trying to, you know, get rid of that nomad agitation. So that way it'll be feudal. Novelist, huh? Just be glad there's no Indian plague around here. Okay. I think I figured it out here. So, it's like, yeah, including this army that's like we're splitting up, so we should have 3 army groups, just based on where this is going, to be deployed on the western front. But it seems, based on, you know, where they're encroaching, the 3 army groups will be in the Bengali areas, and the second one should be over there in areas where it's mainly populated by Hindustani, as part of Kosala. Basically, Bengal, I mean, don't mind Orissa because that's what Kalinga Ganga held it long, but this was originally Bengal. So 1 to Bengal, the other to Kosala. That's where we'll send them. But again, 1 at a time. One at a time, please. There's a rumor about an artist in the vicinity that creates the most magnificent landscaping paintings with features of human nature. I need to have one of those in my possession. Because why the heck not? Yeah, I brought that Arab in here who was a legal tutor. You know, since we split those in half, but the question is, where do we land them? That's the reason why we split and didn't want to combine it into one. 3 different landing spaces, but not all of them good. And we'll be coming across areas that is not too well supplied, or not too well developed because of corruption by certain people. But isn't there a way to check economy-wise? Because sometimes that can judge the supply limit of the region. No, not really. It's just economy is good, it's just supply is not. Because there's still some corruption in some areas. So 75 and how much is going on? And mind you, these are our best troops. Because we raised the local levies and we put them over in Chola Mandarin. Get them all over here. Well, actually, get in here first. While you just try to get in there. Because remember, once they're still on the coast, they're still using up the supplies. And my guru is here. The Vaishya. Not to mention diseases spreading fast with the measles. Which would also hurt the supply limit if we don't get up there fast. Yeah, as I said, they'll continue occupying. They're most likely going to come down from the mountains and we will fight them in our terms. And hopefully just fight our way through this, and wherever the Protector General is, if we capture him in battle, war's over. Oh, right up there. And when you feel that the time is right to go to battle, perform a sacrifice. Ah, I remember. Also, I recall we have a court tutor around here who is a Tamil Sumenesco, because I want some of the children to become Sumenesco and become future members of that warrior lodge. Yes, we're turning on pagan, except the grandson. Which, by the way, you should be taught to this guru that we brought here. Because the guru, for a very high learning skill, can give this boy one heck of an education. At least in theory, to me. Yeah. They're going to be on the edge of the Himalayas soon. What's taking them so long? I was about to say, was it that place well fortified? Yes, it was. Much like how I used to fortify Srinagar during our first direct war with China, but that was a de jure claim. Right. Where do we land? Is the question. Of 3 armies that we have, including 3 very large ones, which we may have to split them up again. Okay, one goes here. Biggest one, well, again, most of it is jungle. That's another reason why these places aren't so well supplied. They will take some losses, but mind you, since we're in friendly territory, they can be reinforced. Land here, and the other army will follow. I got a personal unveiling of the painting I commissioned for. The artist truly did a remarkable job with it. This should be on display for all of my prominent guests, even though I already own a magnificent painting. Right, get it moving fast. Find the fastest route to Lakshmanavati, because that's the best supplied area anywhere in the Bengal region. Actually, it's up there, because that one's plains. Okay. You'll be the first to the front when we meet them. Wait your turn. You will be heading to Lakshmanavati to support behind them. And now that you arrived, okay, go through here, to Vijayapura, Radha, Galda, and then Mogdagiri. So we can support each other when that time of battle comes. Alright, your turn. You'll follow. Even though we're bringing the organizer with us, we'll get him moving fast. Yeah, they'll be on the edge of that mountain range soon, and they're gonna have to come down to India, where we will fight them. Now go pick up the rest. Which, that one, we'll figure out how do we deploy them, in what manner. gemstone mine in Congo. Very well. We're losing a bit of that money due to, being occupied and not much of taxation, including that holy order we've hired, which they do pay quite a sum. But don't worry. Resources, and, by the way, since we're at war, does that mean that silk trade has stopped here? Yes, except over there, and there, in Goa, Mahayarapuram, Goa, Navsarika, and Devo, and all the areas out west. The trade is still going well there. Guess we were fortunate enough. So you could say China will not provide, but I mean that's the direct route to China. They say, yeah, it's at war and occupation and whatnot, but there's other areas where you can trade silk from beyond the eastern seas. Get out of the damn jungle. Here we are. Fresh reinforcements will be coming and they'll have to march onto a different front. So get on these ships. Same procedure. This could be a two-parter for this conflict. Part one is just basically preparations and movement. And you request again, what's wrong with your war? You're still winning. You have 17,000. I have 7,000. Have you not fought yet? And you still haven't occupied much of Jerusalem yet. You're doing alright. We have other commitments. We cannot help you at this time, although I would love for you to recapture Jerusalem just to, tell the Pope to, Yep, they're getting close to the Indian mainland, or we shall fight them. Get to your ship. So we are deploying this one to the Kosala front. Kosalan front, yeah. Over here is way better supplied. So you're going to have to walk through there and go around here. That since they're also leaning towards this way, we could possibly intercept them there. But no, we won't. So they'll occupy by then. The marching and all. But here we stand. But if we fight, we're going to get their attention. This one's going this and the other's going that way. This is still mountains, so it's not wise to go up and fight in mountains. Even if it's summer. And of course, the fully occupied the territories are. Well, actually, it's not quite less visible. But it's still out there. Yeah, neighboring counties, we still have them visible. Alright. You'll be the first to land there, even though, oh, it's just a retinue of the Kalingas. Land first. Let me see. Oh, there's room for that one too. Hell, there's room for all three armies. We only did two at a time. Let's see if we can get them all over here. And then we'll figure out the movements from there. I mean, once they get to either here or here, that's where the fight will begin. But I think they just want to occupy all of Tibet before moving down to India. Which you may never know will employ the second group there to Punjab and Kashmir as we originally suspected. Right, now that you're all landed here, let's get to the coast and we'll disband the fleet. That'll save us a little bit on the monthly balance. Which, by the way, having that fleet up Actually, we never used our personal fleet. You know, that, retinue, the army levies. Whew, very costly. And a little bit of that going to the followers of Arjun. No turning back now. Here where we make a stand. They just haven't touched any part of the territories that is a de jure part of India. They haven't touched them yet. They're just going for Tibet first. Alright, you lot. Again, want you to Kosala, but need to follow the path and, of course, get the organizer with you. Best place to travel is through up there. Oh hell, you guys are going first. You're ahead of us. You'll manage. Go through there, through, yep. Yeah, they don't have enough holdings. They're just not that well prosperous yet. And after you get to Jharkhand, then to okay, and Chuna, Varanasi, Jaunpur, and then through there, and then. Well, by the time you won't have that many troops up there, so make stand here. I want you to follow the same path as they did. And you are to be deployed there. And since you are lesser numbered, your path will be a little different. Actually, stand by at Varanasi till further notice as we will now pay close attention to troop movements. We're just waiting for them to enter India. Oh, they are. Also, a horrible affliction. Our people in Tripuri is suffering from a frightening epidemic. Those affected by the disease display large bubbles and high fever before vomiting blood and dying. Some in the middle of the streets, healthy, only a few days older. The dread is spreading, seeping into the heart of the realm, while our healers are at a loss. There is no cure for the horror wreaking havoc among the populace. The cause of the disease is unknown, and those trying to protect themselves are left to their own devices. Bodies are piling up, ridden with black and rotting limbs. The plague is at our doorstep. May Brahma help us. Tripuri. Tripuri. Oh no. Oh no. Black Depths returned to India. The last time it spread through the entire subcontinent. It's happening again, isn't it? Maybe the gods don't favor us. We're saying it from a Hindu perspective. And since they're coming at us very soon, with their large armies, then we'll bring out the very best. I mean, this is plains territory, it's even ground, so... Oh, these guys only specialize in winter combat. Whereas I specialize in war elephant leader. I'm also direct leader. But we do a little better on the defense. Okay, who else? And we can bring morale defense. Defense. Okay, we'll bring you here. Good thing we summoned you here. Even though she's better in desert, but she has unshakable leader, even better morale defense. This is the warrior Sanyasini. We're bringing her along. And yeah, she's killed a few. She either gone by warrior pilgrimages or as a bounty hunter. you guys, Terrain Master, Chill Tundra, Lightfoot Leader. Makes sense. Like, if we take severe casualties, you'll be our backup moving up, and if it takes more, then you will be heading up there. And at the same time, oh dear, hope we're making a right move. I mean, some are still occupying, I mean, some are a bit far back, so, again, they're going through so are they, and they're going to start the battle first, so it's going to take a while to get their attention. While meanwhile, a plague just begun in Gondwana. Let's make a war sacrifice right now. Perform a ritual sacrifice to the patron deities of the followers of Otso to strengthen my resolve in battle. Although I follow the teachings of Brahma, giving to the old gods their due might help me in the wars, their violent nature will fit my needs of fierceness and savagery. Again, well, we can't sacrifice anybody, but never thought I would do this, despite the fact that I'm Hindu, and you know, the Hindu way of thinking, but says, I will immolate one of the most prized specimens of my livestock. So we'll get war sacrifice that'll last for 5 years, which I believe this is how long that war is going to last. Should have brought the honor guard with us, but who cares? They're from way over there in Anatolia. They won't be needed. We have the followers of Arjuna. We have holy warriors with us. Speaking of holy warriors, look, you maybe go on the fence, but it would have been more effective if we defended the mountains rather than the plains. Speaking of holy warriors, you could be the difference maker. You, as a holy warrior and direct leader, when the battle gets really, really bad, as reinforcements will be coming. So, let's count here. 36,000 of them. So that'll be 70,000, and nearly 90,000 troops is heading down to India. While ours could nearly match, but we could beat them with our talented commanders. So let's make a sacrifice now, because it will up our morale damage. The morale of the armies will be way up in the siege speed and defense, and we move faster. So basically, those troops are going to be very, very motivated. A couple of warriors helped me constrain the majestic offering that I personally picked from my livestock for this occasion, while a priest chants. I plunged my sacrificial dagger deep into the beast's flesh, letting its blood shower over my face. I turn around and the priest inscribed a few holy symbols on my face with blood and dirt. May this sacrifice bring me fortune. Again, we're sacrificing cow despite the fact that I'm a Vaishnavist Hindu, which they do look positively on the said cows, but I'm not a zealous Hindu, so I'm not really that devout. Plus, I could be considered as a hybrid of a Hindu and doing things that is, Semitisco related. May the sacrifice bring me fortune, because the first battle's about to begin. And there could be more reinforcements heading this way. So we'll try to hold our ground as long as we can. But if we don't, then we'll have reinforcements. And if that can't hold, then the Holy War is going to come in and save us all. We already sent our armies to be heading this way. At least they'll be arriving in their places faster. Despite the fact there's 2 armies taking up supply space. Which honestly they shouldn't have done that, because that would undermine our war effort. Again, plagues just started, and I don't know if it'll spread the entire subcontinent or this will be localized, but since there ain't no hospitals around there, so unlikely. Look, let me tell you. No hospital, no hospital. Not even up there. So. We don't know what it'll be like. But it's time for the first battle. So they're coming down from the mountains of the Mongol-Chinese army. But before we finally begin the battle, this man's educated in stewardship. I want to know his commanders. You gotta study. This man, way of the tiger, way of the dog. So who's leading this army? Agate Chola. CK2. Okay, he's back there. Bonze, that man, stronger. Sugar. Oh yeah, these two that are coming down to India. Way the dragon, he'll do a lot of damage, and he's leading the center. I mean, it does have his name in the army, so therefore he's leading in the center. And he's won a few duels himself. And this other man, he does better in forest and hills, and sieging. Renowned duelist, as he is a member of the Ring of Honor. And here's a few more. Saka. Yeah, a lot of them with Way of the Dog. Or Way of the Tiger, excuse me. Which makes their troops moving fast. Sikkim. Yeah, that's one. Terrain Master Strategist. How many can you bring? At least none of them are military tutors. At least there's one who's craven. And then a French court physician of the University of Cambridge. University of Cambridge? Oh, I don't know how that came about. One last thing. If you're wondering, it's like, why is the Maharaja of Gondwana look a bit, white despite Tamil culture? Just one little thing. His great-grandparents were Serbs. That's all you need to know. Anyways, we're coming on down, and we have our levies, including some of our retinue in here. And we have backup behind us if the battle gets chaotic. And this one has the followers of Arjuna inside of this army, and some of our retinue in there as well. And this one is just more reserves, which again comes to us from areas like Gondwana, we can thank them for supporting us, or in places like in Rashtrakuta, Malwa, and just one more example, and from over there in Anatolia, which also holds Kamarupa. Guess you inherited that recently. Anyways, the battle begins in September 11th. We're bringing up our best commanders and some of our most motivated troops that India is well motivated to defend the motherland. Bharat Mata. And he asks again for surrender as the battle began. He calls me Strong Blade Master. I like the compliment, but once again, we decline. Let the battle be decided of who should win or who should lose. It's only him. He's won a couple of duels. And yeah, he's killed a man before, as this broken sword says. That second army's here. They're taking way more casualties than we do, but not so much on this front. And more will be coming soon. They'll be there on the 3rd, so it'll be a month and a couple of weeks' time for them to get here. Don't move in yet. We've already broken their center. Hell, this battle will be over before they get here. They stopped. You see, this is the difference, Mike. Best commanders on the field, and with the set of skills that's, definitely helpful. And also with the war sacrifice, as a Hindu, your morale army is always plus 15 compared to the regular plus 10 for people that are non-Hindu. And with the war sacrifice being a member of a pagan warrior lodge, ups the morale even more. As it says here again, it's just, you can't beat that. Not even 2 combined Chinese armies against 1 India. 2 months have passed since the plague began, so it's spreading towards Kalinga. Guys, what the hell are you doing? Wait your turn. At least you're going on a different path. And remember your assigned paths, damn it. Oh, just in time. Remember, some of our troops from Chola Mandalum's over there, so... What should we up? We can defeat them in melee techniques. Why don't we up the morale of armies even more, and have the best global supply limit that we can get. So now the supply limit in all the provinces that we control has increased a bit, except those that are occupied. Okay, one's going up back north, but this other army of 35,000 is coming on down. Yeah, we can beat them. This is again, even ground, nearly even number of troops, but they cannot defeat the morale that India has these days. I was about to say, I thought they were going to go capture us. I think we got their attention. And with that victory, so that's our first. We must not lose a battle ever if we were to win this war. It'll begin on the 26th of October. Let them come. No, they're all going back up north. It's just one army is coming on down here. Well, we'll be ready for them. We can reinforce them once and just be ready for the next onslaught. Okay, once I get the Rothos, then it's your turn to move. And we can figure out where we can dispose. Oh yeah, I remember your original movement was to Varanasi. They'll be in Rothos, okay. Fastest route to Varanasi. Which is for the other front that could be potentially be opened, but now it's time to fight. Let that be a reminder. Even number of troops. Our best commanders and the Protector General is there. He must be captured if we were to win this war. Nobody kill him. And if you were to kill him... I mean, I'm not a very wrathful man, but I would just say, okay, you owe me a drinking contest, but damn it, you're not supposed to kill him. Oh, his morale is plus 15, just like ours. That's because they're now, why is that? I mean, he's not a Hindu, he's Tengri. Doesn't say anything about better. Maybe it's just what happens when you are of the Western Protectorate of China. He's got no commanders on either flank, just him and only him. No reinforcements are coming to save him now. We're only taking what is considerably as acceptable losses. We got more incoming, but I think they'll stop moving. They have 1 day to change their minds because, well, let me see. Actually, we took a bit more losses. But then again, the Protector General was present. I guess they probably had better units. But most of our casualties are just light infantry and archers. You got 1 day to change your mind. Oh, these stupid idiots. They're coming on down, actually. While our morale is still pretty good. But, mind you, morale is through the roof. And we have backup when things don't go our way. And just as I suspected, they are going down this way. That's the reason why we deploy them over there. Okay, where are you going? Actually, we got a different place for you to go. But keep on course. And you will go over there, then through there, and then sit there because better supply for you guys based on your maximum number. You're going a little bit of quite a bit of a route that resembles the letter S. Come on down. We're waiting for you. That's my other nephew. Well, we were nearly at the very... Well, this flank is 100% morale. She's ready. But ours, well, we're very much ready. It's like, damn it, another day, and we should have gotten our... together. Hang on. Kote Basura. So that'll be nearly 30,000 of us coming. So, when are they coming in? 12th of December for one other army. And then 10 days later, they'll come another. Let's see how this plays out. The followers of Arjuna must wait. Alright. The armies and Arjun will be waiting. Okay, they've entered in the fray. Another 10 days they'll be here. Hold your ground. It ain't over yet. They still haven't finished skirmishing and harassing their phase as another army is about to come in. Which I think that one we may need some backup. Again, most of our troops are from Chola Mandalone, so we have the best morale of anybody, out of any army. This one we took quite a bit more casualties than anticipated. I catch in the middle of battle, catch sight of a boy wearing the same color as I am. I just have time to notice the fierce expression on his face. When he struck down, I feel a pang of guilt, realizing how much he reminded me of my son, Vijayalaya, who has since passed. We must remember to tend to our wounded. Remember, need more for the defense, because they keep coming at us. Yeah, not only motivated, but also well-suited for defensive battles, so you've got to be patient. That's gotta hurt. But we beat their very best they sent at us. Hard to believe that this single army of India can beat this many troops, even if some of them joined later on. And we captured some of their guys. Wish we can put them to use, but they like their age. You stay under house arrest. We may never know when we'll use you. Here we got another man. He's of that house. He's Chinese prince. Now we're in the positive. Well, over here. Yeah, this second battle over here. That's our greatest. And no, battles are not unlimited. You got to get it up to 100%, but I think I recall we defeat China on some other issue where it didn't need to have it. I mean, you can go beyond 100, can it? Unless we capture the Protector General, because he's out there somewhere. So, again, 23,000 strong. Let's just make ourselves look vulnerable in their eyes. They'll come down. Bring it on. While we deploy our second front to be ready for these guys that could potentially come down here. Or occupy Nepal. Incoming. Which one's going to Cote d'Ivoire, Sora? 22,000 down there on the bottom. Again, battle will begin on February 11th. And our morale will be 100% in all flanks. There's another army. But I think once it starts, it's going to get their attention that they want to join in. Just only one army so far, and then another one may join. Don't want to lose Diligent. The realms shall never rest, and neither shall I. Actually, we got another army coming down. 20,000. They'll be here on the 23rd. Can we beat them without assistance? Although these may intervene unless we want to switch places. It's like, let these guys rest and move these guys up front. Or better yet, the Holy Warrior. A little less than... Let's just see how this goes, because... Well, since they lost their commanders, now they resort to, well, putting ones that are less experienced. See how this plays out, unless it's going to get their attention. Remember, we are an army with extremely high morale. Alright, they're here. Oh, here comes some more. The Protector General is coming. Hold the line, boys and girls. Oh, our flank's broken, because that man made a heroic countercharge. Let me see his flank. He's the cavalryman. And we got more coming. Well, move on up. Get the Holy Warrior going. She'll be there on the 18th. And they will be there on the 10th, so... We got one of our flanks about to be broken, but we'll have that reinforced soon enough. My flank's broken. Protector General is here. And we got a guy who's a battlefield terrain master, and he's very good at flanking. We're being outnumbered here. while the warrior Sanyasini, despite the fact she's an adulteress, I could care less about your life, but again, no atrocity could stop this woman around me. And she's brave. She's very, very brave. She's a formidable fighter. I was about to say, are you a champion at some point? No, she's probably novice. This devout Hindu woman is holding her ground. Now we're being outnumbered, but she's still holding her ground. Despite the fact that there's only 2,000 alone up there. The over 2,000 heroes of India, but started taking more casualties. Reinforcements will be coming in 3 days. If this does not hold, then nothing will count. Alright, we're beating them back. We don't see any more reinforcements heading this way. I think our commander's fallen. Look at her morale. Her troops never withered, even when reinforcements came. Things are going well, or so you say. I hear an embarrassed thud from nearby, spinning my sword ready. I see the enemy commander, Shrigogetu, awkwardly attempting to climb a large rock. I think he's trying to escape the vow, my lord, and the next soldier to be muses. Ah, yes, one of the new commanders who just gained Trickster during the battle. But now, since you're in retreat mode, let me catch you. Just as I tear a severe gash across his leg, he manages to bash his battle axe into the side of my chest. Then he stumbles down in the dirt. I turn to the rainy skies above me, sending a prayer of thanks to Brahma. It was all worth it, so he cracked my ribs. He wounded me, that man. One of those new commanders, because their best ones have been captured so far. Well, we captured some more. Yeah, we took severe casualties in this battle, because they brought some better commanders and much, much better cavalry. Yes, because we didn't have that luxury, because we were more reliant on infantry and elephants. We captured another commander of theirs who they called the Kind-Hearted. Member of the Eagle Warriors. Ah, I see. Put you under house arrest. Wish we can recruit you. But, okay. Now this gets tricky. So, we have 100% war score, unless we capture the Protector General somehow. Look again. Yeah, their troop numbers are being more and more reduced. So I think it's about time that... Oh, and we also captured this man, which we can recruit. He was one of the best. He was that flanker. There's that cavalryman here. Him and the flanking, the cavalry that broke the left flank. Come here. So they're on retreat now. And we got these guys over there. So yeah, we're capturing some of their best commanders and they're only replacing them with a bunch of slackers. Yeah, soon the front line's going to be shifted over there. But the problem is lack of supply and live because these are poorly developed areas, which over time was due to raids. But do not worry, we have commanders that are pretty well in the winter supply, so they can last long. And when it's winter time, they will fight much better in the winter. So, we're going to end the episode on that note. Let's just hope that the defensive phase is complete for India, because in the next episode, we will go on the offensive and try to reclaim much of Tibet as we can until we beat the heck out of them and try to get the Protector General, because He's on a retreat, and we better catch him. We hope you catch you next time for this episode, as the Black Death is spreading into parts of northern India, while we will be moving up soon to go on the offensive to try to take territories, which of course requires, well, splitting into more army groups and fight when it's necessary. So yeah, as we said, we'll go on the offense. See you in the next episode. Till then, so long for now.